Blockbusters. You are listening to the Triple B Podcast. Let's fucking go.
Welcome back to the Triple B Podcast, Bourbon, Belts, and Blockbusters. I'm Ryan.
I'm Tim.
And this is our show where we talk about wrestling and we talk about blockbusters all over a nice bourbon drink, either on the rocks or in a cocktail, that of which we have today. As you can see, sitting here in our lovely copper mugs. No, it is not a Moscow Mule. No, it is not a cowboy mule. No, it is not a Kentucky mule. No, it's no kind of actual mule. It's just built similar.
Tell me, what is it?
I, myself, was thinking of different cocktails. I was looking through some. I do some research. I have a bourbon book. I happened to see a drink. I think it's called a Sazerac.
Okay.
And it is bourbon and ouzo.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And ouzo, for those of you that don't know, is an anise liqueur. So it's like a black licorice type thing, as anise is what black licorice flavor comes from. Not anus, you sick fucks. Doesn't taste like butt, even though some of you guys think it does. Black licorice is delicious.
I mean, coming from Ryan's mouth, it would probably be anus.
Oh. Anise.
Anus.
So I saw...
That's a tough one.
So anyways, I saw... like I said, I believe the name of the drink is called the Sazerac, and I saw that. Then it has like, I think it's like simple syrup and lime, something like that. That's it. That's the drink. And I kind of was like, oh, that's an interesting concept. It was bourbon with the black licorice type liqueur. I was like, huh. And then I was thinking back to my college days. I've talked to you about. I used to drink Sambuca regularly, which is another black licorice liqueur, and I would drink it on the rocks with lime, but in the past I've also added ginger beer to it. And so I was like, all right, well, we've had, I believe on the show we've done a Kentucky mule where it was bourbon, a bourbon mule, right? And I was like, well, that was good, we enjoyed that. I was like, I like the Sambuca. I was like, I know you're indifferent about black licorice, but I was like, we're gonna give it a go. So I was like, what could I was like, all right, screw it, I'm gonna do it. So bourbon, Sambuca. You could use ouzo. I went with Sambuca because that was all I could find. I went to 2 different Safeways and a Fred Meyer because it was just where we were. And the Safeway in Enumclaw had Sambuca. Neither of them carry ouzo. Fred Meyer doesn't carry either of them apparently, or at least they didn't have a spot for them. But yeah, so Sambuca is a like sweetened licorice liqueur. Ouzo is, if it is sweetened, it's very little. It is a little rougher for me, at least, when I was drinking it. I had tried it before, and I was like, oh, compared to Sambuca. Sambuca, to me, tastes like a Brock's black licorice jelly bean. Mm-hmm. Ouzo tasted like ass to me. That's tastes where like the anus came in. Yeah, that's where the anus came in. I didn't like the ouzo. But I was like, if I can find the ouzo, then in the cocktail, I would use simple syrup.
Okay.
Right? But I found Sambuca, so we left the simple syrup out. So what this cocktail consisted of is 2 ounces of bourbon, 1 ounce of Sambuca, ½ ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice, because again, if you're not squeezing your own juice, fuck off. And then we topped it with ginger beer in our lovely copper mug.
What's the name of the cocktail? You haven't...
Oh, I haven't given the name yet. So I came up with the name as well. Credit to my wife to then give credit slightly to ChatGPT. This is like, babe, I need an idea. I was like, I'm struggling. I can't come up with a name for something. And she was like, why don't you just use ChatGPT and like type in what you're doing and see what it comes up with? I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So I did, and it came up with a bunch of options, and I kind of took a couple of them and combined the name, and I turned it into the Midnight Lasso.
I like it.
So Midnight stems from the black licorice, right? And then Lasso, cowboy, bourbon, all kind of goes hand in hand. So yeah, the Midnight Lasso, it's a Triple B creation, and we're going to rate it for you guys real quick.
Here we go, man.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
I love it.
Dude, it's good, and I'm like you said earlier, I'm very indifferent about it, about black licorice, and it tastes good.
Yeah.
You know what? I like it how it is, but maybe even adding like a mint leaf to it would just bring it out a little more too.
Oh, that's a good idea. And that's why I love doing this, is because there's like things that we can like take, like this could potentially be a rough draft.
Yeah.
We might do a fucking recreation of this down the road, change it up, call it Midnight Lasso version 2, like Matt Hardy. I think what I would do in the future with it, and this is coming from someone who I love black licorice and I love Sambuca, I think I would do a half ounce of Sambuca. Because I do feel as though, because it's strong, right? Mm-hmm. The black licorice, the whole thing, it's a strong flavor. I feel like it's overpowering the bourbon.
Yeah.
And maybe that could be this specific bourbon.
Remember we said it had a low flavor profile.
It did have a low flavor profile for sure. So
maybe not the right bourbon with it either.
Yeah, and another thing that I did just realize is we never really stirred them.
Oh.
Granted, I poured them in, like I did the bourbon, then the Sambuca, then the lime juice, ice, and then topped it with the ginger beer, but we never actually stirred it.
True.
A few moments later. Let's give her a little stirry action here and see. Oh, I just spilt all over the fucking place. Whatever. It's my house, right? Try to do yours a little more gentle.
Just the tip. Just the tip, just for a second.
And I'm there.
We're gonna give her a re-rate here real quick. Well, I guess we didn't rate it yet. We just talked about it.
Take 2.
I feel like that actually made a difference.
I think so too.
I think that made all the difference. I feel like I actually got a bourbon.
Yeah.
There is a bourbon there.
It's
I
still
still
faint,
think,
but I think it's the bourbon itself.
yeah, I would like to test this with some of our other more flavorful bourbons that we've had on the show, and with a little less Sambuca and see.
Yeah.
But I think you could do a half ounce, maybe 3/4 of an ounce. You're still gonna get the black licorice flavor like that. I don't think you're tempting that being gone or anything by doing it. And then you might get a better combination of the two. Yeah. But that's fucking delicious. I really like that.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
All right.
I do like it, and the black licorice flavor doesn't take away anything for me. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm gonna join you. I think I'm gonna join you. I was kind of hovering between I was like 7, 8, 7.5's the perfect call. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Like I said, I would prefer to have more of the bourbon profile coming through. Mm-hmm. And so I think this being the first time I've ever made this, I think reworking it and continuing to mess with it and see how it turns out could really be beneficial to the drink.
Hell yeah, man.
I like the idea of mint potentially.
I think the mint would be a great addition to it.
Yeah. All right.
The Midnight Lasso.
Midnight Lasso, Triple B creation.
Ooh. That brings us to our socials. You can find us on Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok at TripBPod. We are on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Triple B Podcast, Bourbon Belts, and Blockbusters. And you can email us at the Gmail, triplebpod619 at gmail.com. Let's get social.
Let's get social. Oh, social. Oh. I can't. Every time we say it, that's all that comes in my mind. So I'm just gonna keep singing it every time we say it.
And all I can picture is Holly Flax and Michael and the
The Office. Oh, I love that fucking show. I just listened to the Rashida Jones Smartless episode today.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was good. I'm fully caught up now, and I'm like, fuck, put more out more frequently, guys. You guys are fucking awesome. But yeah, so I started going back through their catalog, finding older ones that I want to hear too.
There is a lot of good ones.
Yeah,
I love that show so much.
Me too. They're fucking great. All right, so we're back with this week's edition of our weekly fact check. This is Tim's fact checks. So once again, I have no idea what we fucked up on last week and or what needed clarification or whatever. I know there's one big glaring one from the belt segment that I said that I was clearly wrong about because I fact checked it my damn self. And I'm assuming you have it on there. It had to do with the Royal Rumble. So here we go. Let's get to it.
All right. Has there been a wild card round with as many blowouts,
I'm
like a
excited to hear
2-score
this,
game?
yeah.
And this was very like I was trying to compare it closely to what happened. And the closest season because it has happened a little bit, but this one stood out the most. So 2016 season, Texans versus Raiders, 27-14. We got Steelers Dolphins 30-12, Seahawks Lions 26-6, Packers Giants 38-13. So all 2-score games.
Yeah.
This was back when there was only the four games.
Yep, because it was the 2 buys.
Has there been a rookie quarterback to start every game and bring them to the championship round? Because I brought up the question with Daniels starting every game, and we kind of brought up, or you brought up
Brock Purdy, but he didn't start that whole season.
But he didn't start the whole season. So there has actually been 2 quarterbacks, Joe Flacco and Mark Sanchez, were rookies that brought them to the AFC Championship. You said Andrew Luck, but he did not.
He didn't
bring them.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't saying that confidently. It was more of a did he? So I couldn't remember what year because I know he ended up in the AFC Championship game at least once.
Yeah.
But
the other rookie quarterbacks, just to tie in, Brock Purdy, the Sean King, Brock Purdy, and Ben Roethlisberger got to the AFC Championship, but they didn't start the whole season.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's never been a rookie to lead the team to the Super Bowl in any circumstance. So Daniels could be the first to bring his team to the Super Bowl as a rookie.
Cool.
All right. Josh Allen's record in the playoffs. He's 7-5 in the playoffs. You're right that he has not beat Mahomes or Burrow, but he is 2-0 against Lamar Jackson. They've faced each other twice. The first game, Lamar didn't make it through the whole game. Tyler something had to finish the game for him in that first one, and then he beat him this past weekend. So 2-0 against Lamar Jackson.
I don't know what the stat I read was then.
Going down, TNA stars in Royal Rumble 2024, specifically calling out Joe Hendry. Was correct. The only TNA star at the time was Jordan Grace to be in the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Saturday night main event card for December. We were kind of like debating whether it was like SmackDown or Raw prevalent, and maybe they were taking turns. And then you brought up how many will there be, and then just we were talking about updates to the card. So the first Saturday night main event in December was Sammy and Drew, which was a Raw match. We got EO Liv, Raw match. The World Heavyweight Championship Triple Threat, Raw match. Chelsea and Michin, SmackDown. Cody KO, SmackDown. So more Raw heavy.
3-2 Raw.
Yeah, but with 5 matches, that kind of, I would call that a split, you know.
Yeah.
You're right. There is going to be 4. There are 4 lined up for this year. I didn't see any specific dates for them. And then the card for this one is, again, Raw heavy. It was Fatu, Strowman, SmackDown, Nia Rhea, Raw, Jay Gunther, Raw, Breaker, Sheamus, Raw.
Oh, yeah. So.
And then I guess if you add in the
contract
signing, it's 3-2 split again. So.
Yeah.
All right. How do you say Opus or Opus? It's Opus.
Okay.
How do you say the main lady, the main actress in Opus? It's Io Edebri.
Io Edebri. Okay.
Yeah. And I had to write it down phonetically.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
listened to it and then wrote it down phonetically. Woman in the Yard cast. So there was a few names in that where we were like, how do we say that?
Not sure if I butchered that or not.
So
it's like me taking attendance.
We got the director, who is Jome Koye Sarah. And then we got this one. I'm not 100% sure because there was nothing to like spell it out phonetically. And the only, like, there was no YouTube videos like all the other names. It was just people pronouncing their name, her name, and it was very quickly. So this could still be butchering it, but the way I heard it was Okwia Okpokwasili.
Okwia Okpokwasili. Okay.
So, yeah, I, again, could be butchering it, but it was said very fast in multiple videos. The actress that plays the mom in the movie Us is Lupita Nyong'o. That we were just talking about how the lady
Okay, yep.
under that. So, Lupita Nyong'o. Marnes, the deputy in Solo, we were talking about the actor that played him.
Yep.
Couldn't think of his name. Will Patton, and he's played in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Fucking
Armageddon.
everything.
We talked about Armageddon earlier in the agenda, and then he was in the Halloween trilogy that would just happen.
Yeah.
We couldn't remember the actor who played Ned Stark, Sean Bean.
Fucking A. God damn it.
He looks over his script and sees if he dies
Yep,
to
and
determine
that's
if
how
he
he
takes it.
accepts it or not.
Director of Presence, and then I brought up a point that we might have covered something of his earlier on in our podcast. So, director of the Presence was Steven Soderbergh. So you're right about how to say his last name. We have not covered any of his other materials, but I did think for a second we did, and he's actually directing the Black Bag, which has Michael Fassbender in. But I was thinking of the show The Agency, which we covered with Michael Fassbender. And honestly, it seemed like the same kind of idea. So that's how I got them mixed up. And then lastly, you brought up the actress Savoy Brown in Scream. Her first name's Jasmine.
Yep.
And that's what I got for the fact check.
No, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all. A lot of it was just a lot of it was name clarification.
Yeah. We brought up
okay.
a lot of hard names to say.
Yeah, we did. And you know what? It's probably going to keep happening. And
hell yeah.
If we don't know how to say them, we mean no offense. We're learning and we're trying to figure it out. So,
yeah.
All right. Hell yeah. That's not bad at all. All right. Back talking about football. We still got a few weeks left. Last week we had the divisional round.
Yeah, we did.
We had Kansas City against Houston. We had Buffalo against Baltimore. We had Washington against Detroit. And we had Philly against the Rams. I think I think it was pretty much like 2 for 2 is what we had hoped / predicted, because the KC Houston game was already over by the time we did it. But we both wanted Houston to win that.
Yes.
We both wanted Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo got the win over Baltimore in a fucking really good game too.
Yeah, it was.
It was really good. We were watching the Washington-Detroit game during the podcast last week, and we both I think everybody had expected Detroit to just fucking win that, like, almost no problem.
Yeah.
And Washington surprised them. Washington shocked the nation, and Washington got the win. And then we had I believe this was the Sunday night game last week, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't this the last one? Was Philly and the Rams? And thank God Philadelphia got the win. Saquon went off. That fucking long ass run where he like lined up on the wrong side of the formation in the snow, and he's like running to scot free, smacking himself in the head as he's going, because he's like, "I'm him, let's go." It was fucking awesome. It was great. So Kansas City hosting Buffalo tomorrow in the AFC Championship game, and Philadelphia hosting Washington tomorrow in the NFC Championship game, which is the first one. That is the NFC Championship game. Washington at Philadelphia is at 12 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern time. Oh, sorry. Eastern time, Jesus Christ. Pacific Standard Time. We are in Pacific Standard Time. 3 o'clock Eastern time. And then the Buffalo at Kansas City is at 6:30 Eastern time, 3:30 Pacific time. What do you think?
I know we wanted different Houston to win, but I think Kansas City and Buffalo is the heavyweight match we want to see. We want to see if Josh Allen can finally do it and beat Mahomes. I hope it's as good of a clash as they've put on throughout the years. Yeah. The playoff classics that they've had. I'm hoping for Buffalo. I think Buffalo can do it.
I think they can too, and that's what I'm going for. Also, is Buffalo.
And then the Philly and the Commanders. That's going to be a good one because it's a divisional matchup,
NFC
and
East.
They always play. Every divisional game is always a hard fought battle.
Absolutely.
I think it would be like. This one's a toss-up for me, but I really am leaning Commanders. Yeah, I would like to see that first-time rookie to lead to a Super Bowl.
I think like you saying that earlier, the fact check kind of like is what fully tipped the scale for me.
Yeah.
That with the added Dan Quinn and Bobby Wagner both. Yeah. I'm like,
we got some Seahawks.
Come on, man. That would be fucking awesome to see B-Wags get a second ring. That would be dope. He deserves that as arguably the best linebacker to ever play in the fucking history of the league. Yeah. He 100% deserves that. So and then with the whole rookie, like a rookie's never taken his team to the Super Bowl before in any circumstance. Yeah. That kind of tips it for me, you know? It really does. I think that kind of tips the scales.
But the thing is, out of all four teams, I don't think there's going to be a bad Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah. No, I don't think so either.
I just can't see one bad one. If it's Philly versus KC, it's going to be a rematch of the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago,
because Niners was last year.
Yep.
Eagles were the year before, so it's a rematch. We get Washington, we just talked about what makes that cool versus KC. Just everyone wants to see KC not win that third Super Bowl in a row. They're kind of over the rhetoric of the Chiefs. So I don't know. There's just no bad case, but ultimately Buffalo, Washington is what I'm hoping for.
That's what I'm hoping for too, is Buffalo, Washington. I think Josh Allen deserves to be there. I think why am I now forgetting the fucking coach? I've said it so many goddamn McDermott. Yeah, thank you. McDermott deserves to be there, and then the Washington side, the rookie thing would be dope. Dan Quinn's fuck yeah, and then B-Wags. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going Washington Buffalo. I would love to see it. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Where we're at with it. We will be checking back next week to see who the fuck's in the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah, we will.
Excited for that.
God, it's almost Super Bowl time already.
I know. It's crazy. I felt like the season flew by. Life is flying by. It's wild.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Timmy, that brings us to Belts. Yeah. Little Elvis twang there at the end. You catch that? I don't even know. All right, Timmy. Well, you know the drill. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Sami Zayn and KO. God, I loved
first thing on my list.
Every part of that damn segment.
Yeah, it was
Sami
awesome.
Zayn is gold on the mic. He can be this emotional guy on the mic, the passionate guy on the mic. All he wants, because I'm eating it all up. It's so good. Chills. I loved how he said, I don't need the title, but goddamn it, I want it.
Yep.
And I was just like, yes.
Yep.
And it immediately, just like he's been kind of tweening that main event scene again.
Yeah.
Like he fell out of it, got back up, but this like just thrusts him right into it. And my God, just everything. And then you add KO to it. KO has just been gold. He is on another level. And you put those two together, they have such a long history.
So much.
And just, I loved Sami going, I knew you'd be coming around. How are we going to do this?
Yeah.
And KO swerved me.
I know, 100%.
I was just like, what? He's like, no, man, I'm good with you.
Yeah,
I forgive you.
I know.
And he's basically saying, I got your back. You're going to win the Rumble. I'm going to win the championship. We're going to main event WrestleMania. And damn it, I would love to see it.
But the thing about that made me, I literally put Sammy / KO with the like emoji with the magnifying glass. And maybe it's the eyeglass. I can't remember which one it is, but I put that down because of what KO was alluding to through that. KO is alluding to, like, essentially, like, he will make sure Sammy wins the Royal Rumble if Sammy helps to make sure he defeats Cody. Mm-hmm. And that puts Sammy in a weird situation now, because it's like, okay, how bad do you want that title? Because this could be a prime fucking opportunity for you to take advantage of, and you and KO are buddies. Could we potentially be leaning towards the Sammy heel turn?
I don't know, but
You know what I mean? I'm like, how could it actually happen? Like, I could totally fucking see, because I can't imagine. I mean, I guess I don't really know. Do you think the title match, the ladder match, will main event Royal Rumble?
No, I couldn't picture. I think
You think the men's Royal Rumble match will be the last?
Yeah, I think the men's Royal Rumble is going to be the
Okay,
main
see, and that's
event.
where it kind of puts a damper on what I'm thinking, because I'm
Because-
like,
because-
if KO all of a sudden just fucking shows up in the Royal Rumble and actually helps Sammy win, then do we actually see Sammy fucking come out and kind of in a way betray Cody, even though he has no legit like loyalty to Cody? But they've kind of, they've banded together a few times now.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we get that? Could that fucking happen? Like, Sammy comes out and then like, hey, you held true to what you said. I'm gonna back you up here.
Yeah.
That would be fucking dope. That would be so cool. But with those matches probably not being laid out like that at the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
now I'm like, could that make it even better, though? Could that make, like, all of a sudden Sammy does fucking show up and helps KO get the fucking win?
Then
And
you're
then-
going to be looking for that in the Rumble.
Yeah, but then if that happens, I think KO comes out and throws Sammy over the top.
Damn.
Because then that fucking sparks the feud towards WrestleMania.
I
don't know.
But that's the
That's
beauty
the
of
beauty
this.
of what they just built with that fucking segment. With that segment that was completely out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting KO to come out.
But I also had
So-
that in the back of my mind. It was like I know, but I thought it was going to be a different part of this year. But it was just KO was kind of going after all these guys. I teamed up with Roman.
Yeah.
But he's feuding with Cody, so he's got his eyes set on that. I don't think it's going to go anywhere else. But then this happened. And
Yeah.
it just, like I said, I love every bit of this
Same.
segment.
I did too. For
I
sure.
named the episode after that, so
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice. What is it?
it's the "But damn it, I want it."
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
like that. That's awesome. My next thing up, which is the only thing I have that is a negative, because I didn't talk a whole lot about SmackDown, I'm going to be completely honest, was 2 roll-up finishes on Raw to good matches, too. Like, the Kofi Ray match was a fucking solid match. It was a really good match, but it ends with a fucking roll-up. And then the main event? The main event. Are you fucking kidding me? You get a roll-up finish between Seth and Drew? Like, fuck off, man. That pissed me off. I was so fucking frustrated. And then don't even fucking bring up the fact that we had another fucking roll-up finish on SmackDown in a big moment match. Just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I know how
It's
much
fucking
you love
frustrating to me.
That kind of brings. I mean, I get your frustrating. That kind of brings me into my next talking point: is Rollins versus McIntyre was a toasted ass match, with the exception of that. But really, it was after the match, post match, that kind of just escalated it more for me. It's just Drew is so good at playing this victim, and he is good at getting violent when he's angry, and that's what he did after this match. I think this match exceeded what they did at WrestleMania 40, minus there was no title on the line, obviously,
yeah.
in this one, but Seth was injured during that match at WrestleMania 40, and so I don't think they got a fully...
And that's why I think, like, the roll-up finish... Why?
Yes, yeah.
It's fucking... And, like, I get the idea of then, like, it not being a clean finish because of who it is, and then you have McIntyre do the attack after. Like, I get that, but it's also like, this is a big time match.
Yeah.
Like, have a fucking legit clean finish to it. It's so frustrating to be sitting here watching and like into it, and then it's just like 1, 2, 3, and you're like, what the fuck, man? It's such a letdown. But I did like how then Sammy came out and then ended up inadvertently haluva kicking Seth.
Yeah.
And then the look on McIntyre's face was fucking priceless, because he just had like that little grin on his face, like, didn't mean for that to happen, but fuck yeah, you know, like, I was like, all right.
I think this, I mean, we'll talk about it more later, but it just adds to this big, who knows what the fuck is going to happen at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And it's just interlacing everyone that has been announced for the Rumble together in a way.
Dude.
And
it has, especially with like Sammy in that segment with KO and just that whole thing, I really feel like we're in, and we talked about it last week too, how it's like, this is shaping up to be one of the most star-studded Royal Rumbles in a long time. Mm-hmm. And not just star-studded, but with all of the rivalries and the emotions and all of the storyline builds and intertwiningness that there is with all these people, these guys going into this match. It's legitimately building towards, like, I actually don't know who the favorite to win the Royal Rumble is. And I legitimately don't know who my favorite to win the Rumble. Like, I don't know who I want to win the Rumble out of, you know, a handful of different people.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's ever really been the case for me, at least. Is like, I feel like most years you kind of have your like top 3 that you're like, yeah, it's probably gonna be one of these 3 guys this year.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Right. And then you also have, like, typically going into it, it's like individually you have you're like, oh, I'm hoping it's this guy. I don't have that right now. We're a week out. Like, I don't have that because I'm like, Jay's in it. I would love to see Jay fucking win the Royal Rumble and go main event WrestleMania for a world title and get it, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But now Sammy with that fucking promo and him declaring, like, I'm like, fuck yeah, that would be fucking sweet. You know, LA Knight's probably going to be in it. That would be sweet too, to see LA Knight finally get that push towards a world title. Like, there's so many. Seth, Drew, Punk, like, all of them. Like, Punk's never main evented WrestleMania before. Like, there's so many here that I'm just like, any way it goes, it could be great, as long as they don't fumble the situation.
Yeah.
And then have, like, I don't know, fucking Karrion Kross wins the role. I'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
something like that. But like, with all of these names, it's just like, I don't even fucking know, man. I don't know.
To build on that is just, this is the first year where I have zero inkling of who's going to win either Rumble.
Yeah.
They've always kind of planted seeds, kind of tilted their hand at what they're leaning towards.
Yeah.
And I really don't see that, especially for the men's Rumble, just because of what is going on with all the different storylines. And I love it, but it's kind of uncomfortable. Like, I'm just like,
I know. Well, and that
just because I'm
like,
not used to that
goes to show, like, even more what we said a couple weeks ago on here was usually around this time, or even, like, you know, a little bit before, we start to have a, you know, like, you ever seen like one of those games where it's like a super blurry pixelated picture and it's like slowly coming into clarity, and you got to try to guess it before it does or whatever. Yeah. I feel like we're usually working towards WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right? Like, at this point of the year, we start to be able to, like, oh, we can see what they're building. There's fucking nothing right now. Like, there's still, to this point, there's like no build towards WrestleMania. And I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's keeping everything fresh, like we were just saying. It's keeping everything, like, has us fully invested in the Royal Rumble, because we have to be fully invested in the Royal Rumble, because that is, like, next Saturday is going to be the first fucking glimpse as to what could even potentially be at WrestleMania. We have nothing right now.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
With that said, just because we kind of went into my talking points, so I just had a few
Oh,
more
yeah.
follow-up
Yeah,
points
go
on
for it.
that. Any guesses on any surprise entrants in both Rumbles?
Nope. I don't want to talk about it.
No.
I don't want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
We're gonna do it on the predictions.
Okay. All right.
I almost put that as a belts question this week, but I was like, nope, we're gonna wait. We're gonna do it next week. So no, I don't want to fucking answer your question, Tim.
Well, bullshit.
You have another week to think on it, you son of a.
Any early guesses who will win the Rumble?
No,
No, you're not going to talk about that either?
I just said I don't
This
know.
is what I want to talk about.
That's fine, but I just said I literally don't know, and I don't have any like. I guess if I really had to break it down and choose right now, I'm leaning towards either Sammy or Jay.
Okay. And I'm leaning CM Punk,
Okay. Yeah.
but I have no clue. So
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Gun to the head, you answered. Thank you. All right. What do you want to talk about?
All right. I put Penta as so good.
Oh,
He's amazing, man.
he is
Penta
so good.
is so fucking great. He is absolutely amazing.
I think they did a great
The
job
fucking-
pairing up his first two opponents.
Absolutely. And I was like at first, like when it was first announced, and my wife could attest to this, as soon as they put it up on the screen that it was, because I don't know if it was announced before that or not. I didn't know until I was watching Raw that it was going to be Penta versus Pete Dunne. But when it first put it up, I was like, that's going to be a fucking good match. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the highest person on Pete Dunne by any means, but like, he's a damn good wrestler in the ring.
Yeah.
I think it's more character-wise where I'm
Yeah.
kind of like, eh. But I was like, that's going to be fucking solid. And boy, Oberto,
Yes.
was it solid. That was he's so fucking good, man. And the Penta driver, is that the exact same? Is he hitting it the same here that he did in AEW?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he is hitting it
Yeah.
the same. Okay, cool. Because I know you had also talked about he did like a package pile
Yeah, he
driver
does
in
a pack-
AEW too.
yeah, but we
so I
haven't
wasn't
seen
sure. I was like, is that what the Penta driver was in AEW, and they changed it to this for WWE? Because if so, good fucking call. Because that fucking move is legit. It's
Yeah.
so fucking sweet.
I love it.
It's so dope. So no, that's really just what I wanted to say.
I
I just wanted to throw out that like he has fucking blown the fucking doors off this bitch 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
Even with like we said last week where he had those flubs. Like we said,
Yeah.
I don't want to call them. I don't want to call it slop or anything like that. But like or botches or anything. It was just like a couple moments where you could tell like things didn't go exactly how they wanted, but they still were able to play it off really
Yeah.
well and like keep going and not let it interfere with anything. And then I didn't feel like there was any of that.
No, I didn't
with
feel like
Pete
that
Dunne,
either.
so.
And so, yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. Do you have any idea who Dom is referring to help Chad Gable out with? Because it seems like Chad is going to keep going after Penta, but Dom offered a suggestion, and I have no clue who it could be.
I don't know. Yeah.
I
don't
honestly,
know. Is Chavo coming back?
Ultimo Dragon.
Ultimo. But I don't feel like Ultimo would come out on behalf of
No.
Gable.
No, I don't think so.
Right?
Trying to think of a heel.
I know.
Lucha.
Lucha? I don't know.
I really can't. I can't think of one.
Is Luchasaurus still with AEW?
Yeah, he's seriously injured,
Oh.
big time.
Oh, like actually like
Yeah,
seriously
like,
injured?
yeah.
Like career threatening?
I think so.
Oh shit.
From what I heard, I think it was.
Damn,
but
okay. That sucks because I really liked him.
but yeah, no,
I don't know. I really don't. And like, does it have to be a lucha?
That's
guess?
true. I don't. I just assumed just because of the way.
Oh.
Because it's
Finn?
maybe.
I mean, Finn's like as close to lucha without being a lucha as you could almost
Yeah,
get.
but they were already talking about him, how he's at home and trying to heal up from the street fight.
Yeah, I guess that's
So,
true.
so that's what
Never
kind of
mind.
took me away from
I was just
that.
trying to think like people who are currently on the roster that we know of that would make like Penta versus whoever a fucking killer match, and Penta versus Finn Balor would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That would probably be the best one yet. I don't know. I really don't
Yeah,
have any fucking idea.
I'm just curious. I'm curious and that I guess that's what's good about Raw right now. Is just
Or is Dom gonna fucking do it himself?
True. I don't know.
Dom's gotten so much better in the ring too. Like Dom versus Penta could be really cool.
Yeah. I'm
know.
curious about
Yeah.
it. All right. The next thing I got.
Oh yeah.
Is the 2 out of 3 falls match announced for Royal Rumble between DIY and Motor City Machine Guns.
It's the last thing I had on here.
That match is gonna go so hard, and I'm ready for it. I hope they give them. I mean, because they really haven't announced any. There's 2 Rumbles, and then the WWE Championship match and this match. So I hope they give them time to do what they can in the ring, because it's gonna be a banger of a match.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree too. It was as soon as they said that, I was like, grab my phone and I put that down. I was like, that's gonna be fucking awesome. So
Yeah.
I'm stoked for that. This is the type of thing like we talked about before, like. Because I'm pretty sure, didn't I say something along the lines of with the Iron Man match? Like I wanted to see it be like these 2 teams do that type of thing, and it's like, I mean, this is pretty fucking good. This is close enough, right? 2 out of 3 falls. Like if it's not going to be an Iron Man match, like this is the next best thing really towards that. So, no, I'm stoked that they're going to give them that spotlight at the Royal Rumble, and
it's nice that they get to be on a PLE. I feel like it's just.
it
feels like it's been forever that tag titles have been
know.
on a PLE.
Yeah, for sure.
So really excited for that.
That was really all that I had left because we had like 3 of the same things. But I will point out one other qualm I had, and it was on SmackDown, was I did not care for the whole women's segment.
No.
With like the whole fucking thing from start to the match finishing, like, because that was the fucking other roll up. But just they've done a good job over the last few weeks, and like part of that's it's not on the women at all. It's on creative and this like the writing and everything. They failed to promote the Women's Royal Rumble up until last night.
Yeah,
like almost entirely. Mm-hmm. That's why you had 2 Raw superstars come out and declare, like that type of thing. And
I thought Nia already declared for the Rumble. I felt like that happened weeks ago. But,
yeah, I thought she had too.
So I was.
But it was like you get like
that.
5 people come out and declare. The whole fucking thing between Bianca and Naomi was gross. I was just like, oh my god, this is fucking awful. And just all of it was I hated every second of it. And then for them to go to commercial break and come back, they made this a 6-man tag. I was like, oh, fucking fantastic. That's something I really want to fucking watch, is these same fucking people fight. It's been the same group for almost a year now, essentially, like fucking going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man. Lift up some other goddamn, like some of your talent. I hated that entire thing.
I didn't like it
felt rushed.
I didn't like how they overshined Tiffy's moment. Like she won the title, defended it in an amazing match, and then she's not even in the match. I get that she's not part of the Rumble, but Rhea's in there fighting.
Yeah, but it also, because like I had that same thought, but then I was also like, there's not a team where it would make sense for her to really be on in that situation either. So like for her, it did make sense for her to kind of just like tuck tail and run when they all started fighting, because there were 7, and then she booked up the ramp to just like get the fuck out of there, and that made it the 6. But still, it was just the whole thing was.
And I have to agree with you. Just we've seen all of them fight for so long, but we've also been seeing Michin and Chelsea Green. So like the whole women's division is just a lot of the same right now.
It's stale.
Yeah.
It's very stale.
Yeah. So the Rumble obviously will excite things up a little bit.
One place I will give flowers to was Nia Jax almost decapitating Naomi with that fucking like toss up headbutt.
Yeah.
She fucking connected. Like, I think fully connected. It was like, I was like, oh, they need to check on Naomi. But then to like go from that move to then Nia turns around and catches a headbutt from Rhea was kind of a dope spot. in an all around disastrous moment. I hated the entire thing outside of that 1.5 seconds. So
Speaking of devastating moves on Raw, that drop kick from Zoe Stark to
oh my
Dakota
God.
Kai. Oh
yeah,
my.
we were watching that, and Lindsay was like,
She
like
decapitated
yeah,
Dakota.
she was like,
there.
is she okay? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, it's a good thing she didn't kick her in the face. And I was like, I know. That would have been really bad. It would have been really bad if she kicked her in the face. But I mean, she caught her like, it looked like she caught her like up here, and it was so much impact. Like
It was
and
hard hitting.
Like I legit was like, I am surprised they're not actually doing some form of like stoppage or like getting a quick tag or something to check on her, because she either played it off really well or she had almost a moment.
Yeah.
When she hit, she kind of like came up and her hands were in like kind of weird positioning.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
'Cause she hit so fucking hard. That was such a brutal drop kick. Oh my God.
It was. I have one more thing
Yeah.
that we haven't covered. This is my last point. The transfer window all of a sudden back and just kind of felt out of place. Like,
And it's still confusing because now it's not that there needs to be like announcements of this. Now it just seems like
they're just
people
doing
are
it.
just showing up on shows, and it's like, oh, now Bailey's on Raw, but now she's fighting Nia Jax, who's still on SmackDown. So I'm like, I'm sick of Nia Jax constantly being on my TV screen.
Yeah.
And then
I
you
don't-
have
I don't get-
Damian Priest come, but then Nick Aldis is like walks up. The Miz is now on SmackDown. We found out that the Wyatt Six is on SmackDown, and we haven't seen them in fucking what feels like almost a
Forever.
month. And then
We got Priest on SmackDown.
Priest on SmackDown, and then Miz is in the middle of talking to A-Town Down Under, and Nick Aldis comes, pack your bags, you're going to Raw, and then walks away. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck is going? Like, this whole thing just feels random and confusing.
Yeah.
I thought the whole point of it was going to be to kind of like build the Netflix Raw roster,
Yeah.
but it hasn't done that at all. It doesn't
No.
feel like it's really done that at all.
I mean,
so
the way that
I don't know.
I mean, it seems like Roman's now Raw now from what it seems like, because his next thing is a Raw. Like when he was gonna acknowledge the whole becoming the tribal chief was
that's true.
The next episode, the 27th of
Yeah.
which I think is the next Raw. So
Yeah, that's this Monday.
I'm not a big fan of how they're treating it. I
Yeah.
was intrigued by it.
Because it had potential, and I feel
Yeah.
like they've just completely.
And I liked how there was like recruiting
Fumbled
going on in the background, like we were
yeah, they were
talking
doing
about.
it really well, and then
then-
all of a sudden it's just like, oh, you're going here, hey.
But
It's like, what?
But everyone's been already doing that in the like,
Yeah,
So
it has like no change has really happened.
I guess I don't like the brand split or the like. I liked how they did it a while ago where we had like a SmackDown brand pay-per-view and it was just SmackDown stars, and same with Raw, etc. So I don't know. That was my qualm with SmackDown on
Yeah.
that, was just how lackadaisical they've treated it.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that brings us to our banger of the week this week. What do you got?
Well, I'm going to pitch to you an idea for this because
sorry.
it's so hard, but I feel like
Oh.
we should do a promo and a match because I was like, first
Nope.
I wrote,
Banger of the week.
okay, then
You get one.
then it's Sammy KO segment on Raw.
That's what I wrote too. Sammy, for sure.
But I really wanted to give Penta and Dunn the
Yeah.
the banger of the week. So
Yeah.
nope, it's Sammy and KO.
No, I like us sticking with one. I think it really makes us have to like
It does.
nitpick.
Yes.
And I like that.
It does. So
Um,
all right, Sammy KO. Like I said before, I love.
Yeah, I think it was
segment,
the
every
absolute
part of
best thing that happened this week in the WWE. So,
Yes. All right.
All right. Belts question of the week. Tim, you posed this.
All right. You have a time machine. Let's call it a DeLorean. You can bring only one wrestler from the 80s, 90s, or 2000s to WWE today. Who would it be?
Roddy Piper.
Okay. All right.
Hands down. Didn't take me long to think of that either, because I really started to think of like, who are some of the guys that I'm like super high on right now in the current landscape of WWE, and then I started to think like, who would make fucking awesome matches with them. Sami Zayn, Roddy Piper. Mm-hmm. Come on.
KO.
Roddy Piper. CM Punk, Roddy Piper. Seth Rollins, Roddy Piper. Drew McIntyre, Roddy Piper. Like, so fucking many. Cody Rhodes, Roddy Piper. Like, there's so fucking many matches there that could just be amazing. And that would be absolutely amazing. So
Yeah.
that's where I went with it.
I like that.
The character of Roddy, like,
it fits anywhere.
could fit as a face against KO's heel, or as maybe a Seth Rollins heel, or even a Punk heel, or could be the heel to Sami Zayn's face or Cody Rhodes. You know, like he was such a versatile character that he was kind of the Stone Cold Steve Austin of that era in a way, right? Like, he was like a in-betweener that like just got cheered for a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I like that. That's a good answer.
What did you have?
I got the 2000 to 2001 version of China. I think she would fit amazingly well with the women's roster today, with how athletic she was to how athletic the women are now.
Yeah.
And like, China did a lot of big things in WWE, but also I thought they just scratched the surface with her before she left WWE.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think she would just fit perfectly with today's women's roster.
Yeah. Her and Rhea.
Yeah, that was like the first
her
match.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Fucking Raquel Rodriguez, even
Becky
like
Lynch,
Becky,
China.
Yeah. So many matches that could have been that would have been so fucking dope.
Yeah, and that's really when China started talking a lot more, and just she was tearing it. She was gun blazing during that time frame of WWE. So that was my choice for that.
All right. I'm not gonna lie, you kind of shocked me there. I thought you were gonna go like, I don't know where I thought you were gonna go, but I don't know why I didn't see China coming. So that was a good one. I like that a lot.
Got to keep you on your toes, man.
Yeah. All right. Also, R.I.P. to both Roddy Piper and China.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to Blockbusters. I don't know why I made that noise. It just happened.
You just add a noise to
I do
the
that a lot,
Blockbuster
don't I?
section. Like, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
from last week. So,
alrighty, we have kind of I feel like it's an upgrade to the segment or to the block. Yeah, the whole Blockbuster segment is just like we've kind of done a separation of topics. So we have like movies now and series that we'll cover, just because I feel like it makes it easier for us, makes it easier for anyone listening, just in general, to be able to like keep track and know what's what that is coming out. So
yeah, I agree.
We're starting with movies category here. We have, I think, 3 things to talk about on this one, plus follow-ups.
So. Yeah.
So, Tim, you throw this one on here. What you got?
We got the next Blumhouse project. Ooh. We got the movie Drop. This trailer just kind of poked into my social media the other day, and I was like, ooh, I am intrigued. We got the synopsis. A widowed mother's first date in years takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone during their upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment. We got the cast: Brandon Sklenar, Megan Faye, Violet Bean. Release date is April 11, 2025. Platform this is releasing is in the movie theaters.
Yep.
I just, again, I'm a big horror fan. You could pick any subgenre. I'm a huge fan. Yeah. And we've been covering a lot of horror, but what trailers have been coming out recently.
Like very steadily, we've been getting a lot of horror movie trailers.
Yeah, and this one just looks fun, and the trailer does a really good job just kind of causing anxiety with the whole buzzing of the phone going off, and it keeps getting faster towards the end of it. I'm just like, I'm on my toes. I like the
It's
concept.
got you like, fuck.
I like
you know?
the
Yeah.
concept of it. I think we've talked about it before, but just adding technology to horror is just, as times go, you got to add it in, and I like how they do it with this one. So
Yeah.
excited for this.
Yep, for sure. I agree. I think it just like you hit the nail on the head right there with just like the growing anxiety throughout the trailer. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, oh god damn it. It's like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, oh shit.
I mean,
So-
I hate to compare because they're totally different movies, but the 28 years later had that, like, as the trailer was going on with that
that like the poem being
Yes.
recited. Yeah.
And it
no,
just felt more anxiety going on.
100%.
That's what
I
was happening
totally
here.
get the connection you're making there for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, the next
I'm
one.
stoked for
I
this.
think, dude, this one looks awesome. Mickey 17. Synopsis: the unlikely hero, Mickey Barnes, has found himself in the extraordinary circumstance of working for an employer who demands the ultimate commitment to the job, to die for a living. Cast is Robert Pattinson, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo, Stephen Yeun, Naomi Aki. Release date for this is March 7, 2025. Again, this one's releasing in the movie theaters. This like is for sure like just feels like a fresh idea, and Robert Pattinson looks amazing in this. Like he just
I'm stoked. For
there's
this.
like a comedy take to it, but also serious,
Yeah.
and I just love what the trailer did for this.
and his look
Yeah.
in it is like kind of completely, it almost catches you off guard knowing that it's Robert Pattinson, because
Yeah.
you're just like, what the fuck, like I haven't really seen you like look like that before.
Yeah.
So
But overall, just it feels original. It feels fresh, and this isn't really horror genre, so it's nice to branch out from that.
Yep, absolutely.
Heard nothing about this until they started releasing a trailer this week. So
yeah, I knew of this movie. All I knew was that it starred Robert Pattinson, that he was going to be in it, and that I knew the name of it, and I knew the name of the director is like, it's either Boon, like
it's the director.
Boon Jong Ho or Bong Joon Ho or something like that.
yeah, director of Parasite.
Yeah. And so that's like really all I knew about it, though, up until you put this on here, and I was like, oh fuck yeah. So yeah,
It's a star-studded cast too.
absolutely, for sure. I'm stoked.
Yeah, man.
All right, I put this one on here. A new movie called Bloat coming out, following in our horror movie theme that we have going on. Synopsis for this is: after a near-death drowning accident, a young boy's family is horrified to discover he has become possessed by a legendary demon from the depths of the lake. As the family races against time to save the boy's soul, the evil monster inside the child tears the family apart as it seeks to destroy everyone in its path. The cast of this stars Ben McKenzie, who starred famously in Gotham, the television show,
And the OC.
and the OC. Bojana Bojana Novakovic.
I think so.
She starred in the movie Demon, and then Kane Kosugi also starred in Godzilla: The Final Wars, among handful of other people that are in it. But those are like the three names that popped up the most. Oh, God damn it. The release date for this is March 7th of this year, and it is also going to be released in theaters. I think that this is one of probably the most intriguing, like, paranormal type movies that I've seen in a while. Because I feel like a lot of them are just like, it's very kind of similar criteria, if you will. And this one, I thought the whole trailer, I was like, oh fuck, this is kind of crazy and interesting, because a lot of it is over like Zoom calls, right? Because the dad, who's Ben McKenzie's character, is like deployed somewhere, and he like is on the phone on a call with his wife, and they're like at like they're at like a camping trip or some form of something where they're out in the wilderness, and with like a group of people, and then the accident happens with the son. And then, it just kind of goes through that whole thing of like, you feel, again, kind of going back to Drop, where it was just like very anxiety filling as you go through the trailer, because like you can feel for like the dad's trying to get home to know what the fuck's going on, and he's gone a lot. And then there's a lot of online stuff happening too. And then towards the end of the trailer, you also get some fucking almost like Cloverfield / Signs type of vibes. Yeah. Because you see whatever the fuck that was that you see in the trailer. Definitely looked almost alien-like. Not like Alien, like the Alien movies, but like an alien entity type creature thing with the fucking eyes. Like almost it looked like praying mantis. Like, I don't know, but I'm like, how the fuck? Like, where did that come from? If this is like a demon that possessed a kid, like, what is that taking physical form from? You know what I mean? So I don't know. That like I was into it the whole time, and then I saw that, and I was like, what the fuck? Now I gotta know what the fuck happened. So,
man, I saw the trailer. I was just like, holy shit! I'm ready for this one. I was thinking it reminded me of another movie, and then I saw that it pointed out that the director has directed Unfriended, which is similar. A lot of it takes place over like a team Zoom call and has like a paranormal part to it. So reminded me of that, and that movie is like, I think, underrated. So hidden gem if you want to go watch that one.
I don't know that I've ever even heard of it. So.
So give that a check out. But this kind of follows suit with that. I'm a big fan of Ben McKenzie, and
I loved him in Gotham.
Movie looks creepy as hell, and I like to be creeped out, so I am ready for it.
Alrighty, we're kind of, I guess, introducing a new Blockbuster segment in a way. It's kind of,
we've kind of
done a little bit, but now we're like making it more kind of official. Like each time that something pops up that has more information to something that we've already covered, we're just doing a follow up on it.
Yeah.
So it's just like one topic of follow up, and then the sub parts fall underneath it. And this week we got 2 things to cover. The first one is the Opus, right? Yeah, Opus trailer, which again covers like the like the mega pop star who like disappeared 30 years ago or whatever, and he's now like a cult leader of this compound, and this like journalist essentially goes and tries to get an interview with him, and she kind of gets wrapped into all the shit. So the trailer definitely put this into perspective.
Like, I read the synopsis last week. Obviously. Yep. And I was not ready for what the trailer introduced. Like,
definitely, holy fuck.
Yeah.
If you will. Right?
Gives me kind of Don't Blink vibes, kind of a little bit of what was going on.
Yeah, for sure.
But holy shit, that trailer was wow.
Yeah. If that didn't make your little butthole pucker a little bit getting ready to see this, I don't know what will. Yeah, that was... I don't have a whole lot of words.
I didn't have a whole lot of words thoughts
for the trailer.
That, just going, holy shit, is all I could think.
We might have to do a follow-up to a follow-up after we rewatch the trailer a couple more times to really wrap our brains around what we saw.
Yeah.
I'm fucking stoked for that, though, too.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we got release date for Scary Movie 6, and that's going to be June 12th, 2026.
Yeah.
Wayne brothers, like we said before, are connected to it. We don't have any extra details about that, so it'll be
casting,
on a follow-up again, but we got a release date for it.
Kind of crazy that it's like a year and a half from now. Less than a year and a half now. So that it's going to be like coming out. So I was like, oh, shit, that seemed... I don't know if I was anticipating such a quick turnaround for it.
Yeah.
But hell yeah. No, I guess a movie like that probably doesn't take like, it's not a huge production,
Yeah.
So it probably doesn't take too crazy long, but
it gets
still,
the anticipation going.
Yeah,
now.
absolutely. I just wasn't anticipating when we saw that. I was like, whoa, fuck, that's less than a year and a half from now. So cool. All right. That brings us to the series section. I think we're covering one thing.
Yeah, just one
which
thing.
I'm fucking excited for too.
Yeah, man.
I love this goddamn show.
I wasn't sure if you watch it, but
Oh yeah, I love this fucking show.
season 5, the series finale of the show is coming on April 24th of this year. Cast is Penn Badgley. I didn't want to look up anything more cast wise because I want to go in surprised.
Yeah, that's fine. I know there's like a couple of the people that we saw at like the end of season 4 that will be back, but outside of that, it's like, no, I kind of agree. Like I kind of want to go in. I want to go in a little blind to this for the finale of it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Just catch it all as it's happening. So
Yeah. The synopsis of the series finale is back to where it all started, the killer finale. Short and simple.
Yep.
Love it.
You don't need a whole lot more when it's a show in the 5th season, right?
Yes.
You don't need a ton more.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a fan of this show, you've been following it. You know what the shit's about.
Yeah.
And just to know it's back where it all started, it's like, pfft,
Yes.
all right.
You can find the series on Netflix.
Yep.
Before we get too far ahead, but dude, love this show.
Me too. I fucking love it.
Loved it.
I'm stoked for
from
it.
season 1, and I loved it. I know last season didn't get high remarks, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I loved it too. Yeah.
And
They do get
the first part of the season was a little slow to me.
They kind of blend together for me.
Yeah.
Was season 4 the one where it was like towards the end of it, he got like locked down in like the underground thing with the other dude and it got like set on fire?
Yeah.
They were at like
Yes.
the mansion with like
Yeah.
all of, like the rich
Yeah.
friends and
Yep.
stuff. Okay,
Yeah, that was the first half.
that was season 4. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
They were like in England, I think.
Yeah, and it was
Oxford
like the
College.
art people,
Yes.
all that. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. Cool.
But
Like I said, I was like, couldn't fucking remember which seasons are which because they all kind of blend together for me now outside of season 1.
yeah, I just
but yeah.
love the twists and turns the show
know.
takes.
It's so good, and just the fact that it's like the entire fucking series has you rooting for the serial killer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're like, dude, you got to get the fuck out of this. How are you gonna how are you gonna figure out how to cover this murder up now? You know what I mean? It's like an anti-hero version of Dexter.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Like it's like he's not doing anything for the greater good at all. Where Dexter's whole thing is like he kills killers.
Yeah,
Right? Like he serial kills serial killers to make the world safer. This is not that at all. He just serial kills, but he does it out of like he hates that he does it.
Yeah.
Right? So there's definitely like the mental illness piece to it that is like I think really well hit on, and yeah, I don't know, it's just the whole
I mean, without giving too much away, though, there's part of the show where you're like, oh, he is like a good guy.
I know.
But then it quickly turns. So, again, just really excited to see where
Yeah.
this goes.
and
Excited to
how
see
they finish it off.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely the biggest part of the intrigue there.
If
for
you
me.
haven't checked it out, watch the first 4 seasons.
Yes.
Binge it because it's coming quickly in
Yeah.
April. And I'll be binging that.
Yes, absolutely, for sure.
All right.
All right. January binge recap. Timothy,
Yeah.
what you been watching? We're recapping movies you've watched, shows you've watched, anything you just started to watch, and then any strong recommendations for viewing.
All right.
What do you got?
So for movies, not a huge month for me, but I did watch
Same.
The Joker just in preparation to watch Joker Folie à Deux for the Blockbusters segment. I watched Our Little Secret. This was really early on in January, but you talked about the Lindsay Lohan one.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
Me
Yeah.
and Haley watched it, and I agree. I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
I watched Back in Action with Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz.
I'm jealous. I wanted to watch it Thursday night, but that was a rough night getting Lainey down.
Gotcha.
And so it just like we were going to watch it in bed, and then Lindsay ended up staying up for like an hour and a half with Lainey out in the living room. So it just didn't happen.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I was a little bummed out. Didn't get the chance to watch that one because I was like, I gotta watch this so I could talk about it on the show this week, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I'm jealous that you actually watched it.
And then lastly, I watched Venom: Last Dance.
You
that,
did?
That
Fuck.
came out, and so I picked
What's
it
it on?
up.
You bought it?
it. Yeah. I
I
don't
was just talking about that with my coworkers too, like yesterday or the day before. I guess it would have been Thursday. We were on prep talking about it because they were kind of asking me about the movies and stuff. What's kind of
Yeah.
cool about this show is they like will come to me and they don't necessarily listen to the show, but they know that we do it, and so they know anytime they have movie questions, they're always like, "Brian, what's the name of this?" or "Who's this person in this movie?" And
if they listen to our show,
Yeah, I
they would know
right? I
we're
know.
probably going to
And-
forget.
That's true.
No, I think it's only when we're
It's
on
really
the
when
podcast.
literally only when I'm on here is I'm like, fuck, why do I forget the names of people when it's we're on the spot.
Yeah.
We're on the spot. This is more formal. When
Yeah.
I'm just in conversation, doesn't bother me. I can fucking wing off anything.
Yeah.
All right.
Any of those movies, highly recommend. And then going over to the shows, this is kind of where I kind of dominated. I watched Silo season 1 and 2.
Okay.
Incomplete. So good.
Fucking yep.
So fucking. I know we talked about it last week,
Yeah.
but so fucking good. Started this show. Well, actually finished all 3 seasons with Haley. It's called Crime Scene Kitchen. It's a like kind of a game show.
Okay.
They have to contestants go into a kitchen, have to decipher from clues what to bake or cook, and match it up to what they actually the chefs made. Nobody Wants This with Kristen Bell and Adam Brody.
Yeah.
The
Seen
Netflix
that on
show.
Netflix. I haven't actually watched it.
Very good show. I think
You watched it in it's because it was one season.
Yeah, one
right?
season.
And you watched
so
the whole thing.
Watched the
Okay.
whole thing. Thought it was super cute. Loved it. Watched Shining Vale season 1 and 2. This has Courtney Cox, and it was originally a Star show, but it's on Max, and different show for sure. It hooked me enough to finish both seasons, but it was just a weird show, but it had me hooked at the same time. So it was good enough to watch it all. I don't know if I'll rewatch it, but yeah. And there's only 2 seasons. They got canceled. Shifting gears, been keeping up with the episodes, so watched 3 episodes of that. I finished Bad Monkey, which was great. That show was fantastic.
So good.
Been watching Celebrity Jeopardy. I addicted to the Jeopardy show, but Celebrity Jeopardy makes me feel a little smarter because the questions are a little bit easier. And then Deal or No Deal Island.
Okay.
And it's kind of like Survivor meets Deal or No Deal, and I've been really enjoying that.
Okay.
My strong recommendation is Silo season 1 and 2. Just, it's a great show. I was hooked from episode 1 and was dying for it to watch the season finale a couple weeks ago or last week. So
Nice.
yeah.
All right.
What about you?
Not nearly as much of a list for me on my end. No movies.
No movies, huh?
I've not that I can think. Well, I guess that's not fully true. Like in passing, I guess we've had like all of the Shrek movies on at some point throughout. Most of the movies that I'm watching and or listening to we're turning them on to help try to keep our daughter entertained to some extent. And they're movies that we enjoy. Like we don't just we never just turn something on and like sit her in front of the TV, but we'll turn something on that we know has like music and, you know, like things that can like catch her attention that maybe she'll sit down and eat a snack too.
Yeah.
But then you know my daughter. And then she's just up and fucking running, just tearing the house apart, going crazy. So she's not even 15 months old yet. She turns 15 months old on Monday. So
She brings the whole house to you.
she does, like literally
piece by piece.
everything she has or everything we have that she can grab, which is becoming more and more because she can now reach our countertops in our kitchen, which is fucking ridiculous. But anyways, so haven't watched a whole lot of movies, but literally like any movies outside of the movies that we've watched for the show. This so far this month. But I did start American Primeval.
Okay, yeah, I was about
I
to
watched
start
like
that.
the first 40 minutes of the first episode, or maybe I can't remember how long. It wasn't that long of it. It was like the first half of the first episode while I was on a walk the other day with Lainey while she was sleeping. a little slow moving in the first episode, but I feel like it's going to be really fucking good.
Yeah.
And I really like the camera work in the show so far. Like,
Okay.
it's, like I said, it's very little of what I've actually seen, but I'm like, this is shot really fucking well, and it's really cool.
Okay.
So I'm intrigued by that, and I'm excited to keep watching it. We also started shifting gears. We only watched the first episode just the other night, but I liked the first episode. Feels like a, classic Tim Allen kind of sitcom.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like, I don't think, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of
Yeah.
thing, like everything he's done, I've really enjoyed. So I'm good with it. And I love Kat Dennings.
Kat Dennings, yeah.
They're both awesome. And Sean William Scott's in it. Like,
Yeah.
all around, like, I'm enjoying it for what we've seen so far. I did start Silo. I got through season 1. I think I'm on like episode 2 of season 2. So I haven't
Okay.
finished it yet, but it's so fucking good. The show is so fucking good. And you want to talk about fucking, no spoilers. I wouldn't do that. But you want to talk about fucking swerve. Good fucking Lord. So yeah, that's that. And then I am 100% fully caught up on Shrinking. So
Okay.
I'm fucking stoked and cannot wait. And I got Lindsay hooked too. So like, I think she's still finishing season 2.
Yeah.
But she fucking loves this show. Like,
Yeah.
she's just like, this is the best show I've ever watched before in my life. And I'm like,
It was my favorite show
I
of
100%
2024.
agree. I think it's one of the best shows I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
It's so well done. The stories are so fucking like gripping and emotional and fucking hilarious, and just, it has everything.
Yeah.
And it's just so fucking good, man. So yeah, I mean, that's what I have. That's where I'm at. My watchability is a little lower these days. So
Any good recommendations?
oh yes, I do. And this isn't, I didn't put anything on for it because there's not enough information outside of the fact that season 4 is going to be the series finale. And Danny McBride just put that out. But The Righteous Gemstones, first 3 seasons are on Max. The show's fucking hilarious. It's, have you seen anything about it at
No,
all?
but I've heard really good things
So-
about it.
Danny McBride, Adam Devine. Oh, I don't remember the actress's name. Fuck me. Office Christmas Party.
Oh,
Think of the movie.
Yeah.
Right, you know the movie.
yeah.
You know it well enough to know like some of the side characters.
Yeah.
The redhead that starts to hook up with Asian Jim from The
Yeah.
Office.
I have a face. I don't know the name.
Okay, but
yes.
you know who I'm talking
Yes,
about.
Yeah.
She's in it. They're siblings. The 3 of them are siblings.
Okay.
In the show, they're all like, and then their father is John Goodman.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and who is like a fucking famous pastor in, I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say the show's in like Texas or it's somewhere southern
Yeah.
where it's like these big, like he's like a fucking pastor at like one of those like super church type
Gotcha.
places. And it's just the fucking crazy shenanigans that take place with them all being in that family and them, like Danny McBride and Adam Devine being the types of characters that they typically tend to play.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. It's wildly inappropriate. It's great. I would definitely recommend that show
All right.
specifically for you, but anybody. It's super good. I'm excited for the 4th season, even though we just canceled Max. I might have to like use a different email and sign up for like a free month when the season 4 comes out, so I can watch
that's
that
a
show.
good call.
But yeah. Anyways, that would probably be like the main recommendation that I got.
I like it. I really look forward to the binge recap.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
it's a fun one.
I'm hoping one of these times I'm going to add a little bit more to it. My summer months are going to be good because I'll be watching a lot of shit when I'm home alone. All right. You didn't know about this. Surprise, motherfucker. Triple B Game Show back at it. I am calling this in honor of my hat and my love for Jey Uso. Karaoke Yeet. The way this is going to work. Timmy?
I don't like this. Oh my god. gonna move.
We're gonna move the cocktails back.
I should have chugged this.
Get nothing. We're gonna get nothing in the way here. The way this is gonna work.
You son of a beach.
My lovely wife. Let me make sure I'm getting the mic here. My lovely wife went. I don't even know how many cards she did. I told her I need at least 11. She said that she would do some extras in case we have like a tie or anything we need to do, or if like in case we're both just like completely stumped and we just need to be like, fuck, move on to another one. The way it'll work, I've seen this on a couple of like the TikTok pages that I follow that are podcasts.
Yeah.
Specifically the Basement Yard, Basement Yard. They've done this quite a bit, and it's like single word. We'll flip the card over. We'll read the word, and then it's whichever one of us can think of a song that has that word in it. We have to grab the mic and start singing.
Oh, God.
And then if it's a song that is like a fucking banger of a song, and we both want to just, sing and just belt a chorus or whatever together, we can fucking do that.
Yeah.
This mic, obviously, like when you grab it, do it like into your actual mic because this isn't connected to anything. However, if we want to, it does have an echo. Or we could just turn the echo down, and it does actually work as a little portable microphone, which is kind of dope. But I'm going to turn it off.
Dang.
So, do you understand?
Yeah.
A little bit of the more little detailed rules is no repeats of songs.
Okay.
So, because like obviously I don't know what these words are. Lindsay wrote them. She gave them to me just like this, and I came right out and put them underneath here. She sandwiched both sides with pink cards so that we couldn't see through because the actual ones that we're drawing are yellow cards.
Okay.
And so yeah, no repeats of songs. So if it's like, and then you can't just be like, oh, that word's in, like the next word's in that also, and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can't be the repeat of a song.
Okay.
Once you grab the mic, you have 3 seconds to start singing.
God.
So it's like you gotta have it. You gotta have it in your mind. Okay, you can't like grab it to just grab it and just be like, and then be like, oh fuck, I gotta think of something. Because then if you do that and the 30 seconds goes up, and it's like a rough estimate, we don't have a timer or anything, but it'll be more like you grab it. I can just kind of be like 1, 2, 3, and if you haven't started singing, I'm gonna be like, give me the mic. And if I have one, I can do it. If I don't have anything, then that's when we would just draw another one.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
All right.
All right.
Did you say the name of the segment? I don't remember, but just in case, you called it karaoke.
Oh yeah. I said in honor of my hat and my love for J.U. So
okay.
I'm calling this karaoke yeet. And I think you were. I think you didn't hear me say that
probably
because you were shocked.
Mode.
Yeah. You were shocked trying to read what it was going to be to make sure I'm not making you eat anything anymore.
Practicing.
All right.
It's like Jeopardy.
So I'm trying to think where the best place to do this at would be. Move Michelangelo to like right here. Sorry, I'm making you do some hard labor here.
I mean, he's kind of heavy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's legit, man. That's why he's still in the box. Same with Marty McFly and Doc Brown. I almost took them out to actually pose them, but then I was like, I don't know if I should remove them from the box because it's kind of dope.
Yeah, I like them in the box.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to leave them. Right. Anyways, all right.
So you're flipping right here.
Yes. We'll flip. Oh, shit. That's already there. So that doesn't even need to be flipped.
All right.
Maybe we need to do it this way then.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, because then we can actually flip it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to like pull one and then... Or actually, no, never mind. That can work. We're going to do it this way.
All right.
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Take me home, country roads, to the place I belong, West Virginia. Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads.
That was the song I was gonna sing. I wasn't gonna go as far as you, but I like it.
Figured, might as well go big. Might as well go big if we're doing it, right? All right. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. I can't feel my face when I'm with you,
But I love it.
But I love it. Oh. I think that was all right. That was good. That was good.
All right, to you.
All right, I'm gonna move this just a stack a little bit closer to me. All right. And then I'll when I take it off, I'll just throw the card to whoever got that right.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
Yep.
then we can just like add up at the end.
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Fuck.
America, fuck yeah,
coming to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
America, fuck yeah.
Oh, that was
got
good.
one.
That was good. That was solid. That was a good one. Kudos to my wife. That stumped me. I was like, American is, I'm thinking of a few songs that have that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
American Pie.
True. American Woman.
Yeah, American Woman was one that floated through my mind. There's another one that I'm totally spacing on right now after I already thought of it, but it was all American. Like, I was like, America, fuck. But that went through my mind a couple times and I didn't just finish the song. America, fuck yeah.
I almost. Side note, I almost grabbed it and said home sweet or sweet home. I was like,
Alabama.
wait, no.
That's Alabama, not America.
But I almost did.
All right. I love it. Okay. All right. That one's you. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Oh.
I am. I could think of songs for the other ones.
Shit.
I think I'm stumped.
I might be stumped.
All right. I think
Moving on.
Moving on.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. La da 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 da. I was gonna clean my room, but then I got high. Hey, hey.
Nice. I like it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. 'Cause I'm free falling.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, fuck. I know it, but I'm forgetting how to sing the words. God damn it. Fuck me.
Oh, shit, though.
The name of the song. I can't fucking completely space on how it goes. Do I have another chance? Can I grab it again?
I found your picture today. All right, that's all the words I know, but it's the song.
Is that the Kid Rock Shell Crow?
Yep.
It's actually, I put your picture away.
I put your picture away.
Lay down and cry today.
All
That's
right.
the song I was trying to think of,
Yeah.
but I was like, fuck, I forgot how to fucking say it. All right.
You're giving me that one.
Yes, oh yeah, no, that's you, 100%. 3, 2, 1. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies.
Damn it! I'm not quick at grabbing it. I like it though.
All right.
You're kicking my ass.
I think I'm 5-2 right now.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. God damn it.
Push it real good. Boom, 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 boom. Salt and pepper here.
Is that push?
Push it real good.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah, I think you're right. I was trying to think of the Matchbox 20 song.
Oh, and the song is called Push.
Yeah, I know. That's like, again, it's like the two songs that have been the names of the words. I'm like, I can't think of how it fucking goes. God damn it.
Wait.
Oh, good call. Good call. A little liquid courage.
Yeah. That's the only way I'm going.
Not that I need that, but it tastes good. 3, 2, 1.
Shut up and drive.
That's what I was trying to think of too. Fuck.
A little Riri.
Yeah.
I'm not as good as singing the whole song. I'm sorry, but
That's literally that was the exact words that came into my mind, but I was like, I don't remember any of the other part of the song, so I was like, I didn't want to grab it and have you not know what I was trying to sing. All right, fair enough. 3, 2, 1. It's my dick in a box. My dick in a box, baby. It's my dick in a box. Ooh, my dick in a box, girl. See, I was enough to know when a gift needs giving, and I got just the one. Something to show you that you are second to none.
Good one. That was the.
That was the one you were going for too. I was like, box. 3, 2, 1. This should be easy.
I have a song, and it's the title of it. So,
I'm helpless when she smiles. Backstreet Boys?
Backstreet
Yeah?
Boys. Yeah.
That was not necessarily the correct melody or tune to how that is sung, but you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I'm just going to count to see what we have left.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. So after I flip this, we have 3.
Okay.
3 more after I flip this one. 1, 2, 3.
We're going down, down in an earlier round.
And sugar, we're going down swinging. I was like, I don't know if you're going more or not, or if we're stopping.
We got a
That was
Yeah,
good.
I like
that
it.
was solid. All right. 3, 2, 1. I feel like she just looked around the kitchen. Saw her broom.
She saw your daughter helping sweep
Yeah,
earlier
yeah.
today. Sweep.
I think I might be stumped on that.
I think I'm stumped on this one too.
All right. Does that
Okay.
mean we got one? This is it.
This
last
is the
one.
last one?
Last one.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Damn it!
I'm wanted, dead or alive. Yeah.
All right.
I did okay. On
You
this
you
one.
definitely came back.
I was not feeling confident. I was not feeling any confidence in this, and I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I got you by one, bitch. That was good.
That was good.
That ended up being solid. That wasn't a bad, terrible way to go about doing that either. That was solid. Good job on the words too, babe. Shout out to my wifey.
Sweep and faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are. I'm still stumped on those one. I'm gonna be thinking about that now. Okay, that was a fun game.
Yeah,
I
that
know
was
you've been
solid.
talking about that
Yeah.
one, and
Yeah.
was not.
I literally just decided to do it today. Well, I was literally like cleaning up the space out here to get set up. And I put a couple remotes in this top drawer. And my sister-in-law got me this little karaoke portable mic thing for Christmas a couple of years ago. And it's just been sitting here. And I pull it out. I was like, oh, shit, this thing still works. I was like, oh, we're using it. And I went out and said, babe, I need you to write down some words for me. Any word I told her like the premise of the game. I was like, I don't want to, like, don't write like Zimbabwe or something, you know. I was like, try to make them words that would be in songs easily, you know, like
Yeah.
mainstream pop culture. type things. So sweep though, I'm sure there's.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, obviously that word is in a song somewhere,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is I'm sure there's something that's like obvious that we're just totally spacing on. And faster, yeah, that has to be. But like, why the fuck we can't think of that? I don't know. But anyways,
I'm pretty sure there's a Jimmy. I can get it faster. Yeah, I think there's a Jimmy Eat World song that has it. And that's my favorite band. So I'm letting them down. Sorry, guys.
All right.
All right.
All right. Awesome. That brings us to the Blockbuster question of the week, our final segment to wrap up episode 34. And I posed this, sticking on the time machine theme, because I liked what you posed with that question. And I knew I was surprising you with my newest additions, which are my Back to the Future action figures. And I was also rocking my Back to the Future shirt.
The DeLorean.
It says, take me back, or it says, what's it say? Yeah, take me back. 1985 with the back of the DeLorean on it. I said you have a time machine, let's call it a DeLorean. You can revive one sitcom from each of the last 7 decades, so the 50s to the 2010s. Okay, what would they be? We'll just go back and forth each decade.
All right. So obviously,
50s.
Some of these are a little harder just because I haven't seen of them, but I've heard of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I put Leave It to Beaver because I did watch the
Meaver,
movie.
The Meaver.
The Beaver Meaver?
What is that, Tim? New recommendation coming at you guys. The Meaver. It's a combination of the meat beaver.
Leave It to Beaver. I liked the movie when I was a kid, and I never watched the show, but I saw that on the list, and I was like, okay, yeah, I like the premise of Leave It to Beaver. Let's bring that back.
All right,
in fresh
nice.
eyes. So
yeah, hell yeah, I like that.
All right, what about you?
This one was probably the easiest for me
Okay.
on this list because it's my favorite show of all time.
Okay,
And it's I Love Lucy.
Okay.
It is my favorite show ever. I love it. I own the entire series on DVD.
Oh, nice.
I grew up watching it. It's my mom's favorite show. For years I would for her birthday I would buy her I Love Lucy mugs or puzzles or board game or stuff like that. I have the mug I use almost every morning at my house is an I Love Lucy mug.
Oh, nice.
It says Happy Peppy People. And those of you who have ever watched I Love Lucy, you know what I'm talking about. My Vitamita Vegemin people out there. Not a Meaver, though, you fucking weirdo. But yeah, I Love Lucy. That's for the 50s for me. What do you got for the 60s?
I put The Munsters. I know there was a movie kind of revival with Rob Zombie doing it, but I thought this would fit perfectly in this time frame, and so I thoroughly enjoyed The Munsters and watched a lot of that. So yeah,
for sure, good one. I went Gilligan's Island. I grew up watching that as well. Another one that I have. I believe I have the full series on DVD as well of that too. But yeah, Gilligan's Island. I loved the premise of it, and just there's so funny. It was hilarious. So I loved it. It was awesome. 70s.
I put Happy Days, and just put it in I would like to see it in the 90s, take place in the 90s kind of.
Yeah.
But either way, I that was a great show, and had some great casts on that show. So
yeah,
I think that would be a fun one to bring back.
Okay, nice. I went Three's Company.
Okay.
Again, another one that I grew up watching reruns on, especially a lot of these shows are the shows that really bring me back to when I had to stay home sick because I had the flu or was running a fever or whatever, and I would watch a lot of these shows from these times on reruns on stuff because it's shows my mom grew up on and loved and stuff like that. So Three's Company, I fucking loved it. Just the premise of it, especially in the 70s, is kind of this playboy guy that is roomed with 2 girls, and it's just the antics and shenanigans and stuff that ensue from there. Could also be very interesting to have in today's climate, and maybe do some role reversal type things with it. I think it could be really well done.
Yeah, I agree. For
80s.
For the 80s, I put Growing Pains, and I would just kind of do it, just continue the family. So bring back the Seavers, and they're grown up. How's their family growing up?
Yeah.
So, I remember vividly watching Growing Pains week in and week out. Great show. So, yeah.
All right. I went with the Golden Girls.
I was thinking about that one.
Because
and
another show I fucking adore. I love the Golden Girls. And I have Sophia socks that I wear at school from time to time. And I just think, again, that would be another one that you could totally run back with some of like the same age wise of today's world of actresses that could totally make it fucking just such a cool show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
What do you got for the 90s?
I put Seinfeld, and I think you can just pick it up and just continue it on.
Yeah.
Don't change. You don't need to change anything. Just keep it going.
Yeah.
And that's what I have for the 90s. What about you?
I put Friends.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest sitcoms of all time.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
I think it's hard to argue that, and it just Seinfeld was the other one where I was like, which one? Because like I never really watched Seinfeld that much, but I have watched it.
Yeah.
And especially as I'm gotten older and stuff, I have a much deeper appreciation for it. And so like that one is obviously so,
Yeah.
huge. But Friends is just like, it's still one of my favorite shows. And so I just think, because that started in 94, I think was, because then it ended, it was 10 seasons and it ended in 2004.
Yeah.
So I believe 94 is when it first came out, and it was like 20 years later, 30 years later, 20 years from when it ended. There's a lot of societal landscapes that have changed and stuff again, which I think you could like reboot, and I guess I said revive. So it would be like, realistically, the idea behind this originally was like, bring the same show back as it was. But I liked the idea that, because you just kind of did it organically. So I like the idea of also like, what could it look like if you were to redo the show in today's world?
Yeah.
And that's super interesting too, I think. So
Yep. Exactly.
definitely would end up being a little more diverse.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah. Agreed.
2000s.
The Office. It's my favorite show, and I would love Michael to come back and just, again, pick up where they left off and just go with it.
Yeah. Okay. I love The Office. It's amazing. It was just so well casted.
Yeah.
Like, so well casted.
Everybody fits perfectly.
Seriously. I went How I Met Your Mother.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's like my favorite modern sitcom.
Yeah.
Is How I Met Your Mother.
I didn't touch it because they did like How I Met Your Father. I know it's not.
Oh, I guess that's true.
but
I loved that too.
Yeah.
And I'm super fucking bummed that it got canceled.
Yeah.
Because there are so many hang-ups in the stories and stuff that I'm like, I want to fucking know. We loved that. I wish they would go back to it. Plus, it brought back Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
Come on. We got Hilary Duff on a sitcom again. That was dope. But yeah, I went How I Met Your Mother. Because again, there's like, it's like even 20 years later.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that are like wouldn't fly. Like Barney's almost entire character would not fly as it was. Yeah. But you could almost gender swap the role and it would be fine.
Yeah.
Like nobody would bat an eye at that. So it'd be kind of interesting to see. I don't know.
Yeah.
And last but not least, 2010s.
All right. This one, it's kind of cheating because it was a show that was already revived from like the 60s or 70s. I forget which decade it was in, but it was like a Netflix show. It was One Day at a Time. I thoroughly enjoyed what was on Netflix. Got canceled. Network picked it up for another season, but quickly fizzled out. I love the show and wish that it had more. So I would keep it the same. Just keep building off where they left off, one day at a time.
I don't even know if I know what that is.
Give it it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Was there like who is there anyone like big in it or?
I can't think of any of the actors' names right off the bat, but it was super funny. Had
Okay.
emotional parts to it. Really liked it.
Okay. Cool. Mine's New Girl.
Oh, that's a good
I fucking
one.
love that show too. Easily my favorite sitcom that came out in that time frame.
Great.
And it is it realistically is kind of a combination of a handful of the sitcoms that I said for earlier
yeah.
decades, right? It is kind of a Friends, like a more modern day Friends,
Yeah.
mixed with kind of Three's Company, because it's like Jess moves in with dudes, right? Like there's a lot of things in there that there's some comparable story things to How I Met Your Mother as well in there.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of different things like that. So a little bit of a combo with all of that, and I would love to see that get revived and or even see a new version of it in even whatever 10 years later or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it ended in like, I think it ended this decade technically.
Yeah, I think so.
I think.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
but yeah.
All right, man. That was a fun
Alright.
question. I
Hell
liked
yeah,
it.
man. Well, shit. Kind of surprised and disappointed that it's already the end of the episode.
I know it.
Fuck.
Let's fucking go.